word sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll poly grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Riches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on the face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. The king, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Mere fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles are making make it official, I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through. In the damn our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
This a Batman tool, I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit, alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they a drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze, I'll run West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. A little nigga, this that cult, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it'll never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the build, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the best. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. You PK bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's one West Practical, Gladiator, Maximum. Creep on them slow, but that Glock 5 rapido. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it all when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
Taken by the ISUPK is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Today in court, their lawyers argued the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group's repentant.
Niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but these coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I might have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life passing through your mind, now you're big. And I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they more want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sip that pool wow, got you laced up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on the nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Make it your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you clip it damn nuts, yeah, I know. Crazy what coon people will do for these hoes. But I ain't even pressed, I see why you going on. My nigga, you dead wrong, bust a nut, boy, get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than the motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get the walking on the club, she wanna moving with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, homie. Unleash it to the G. Who is he, that nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Zion TC 0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us. Trying to shoot at us now later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the barrel, blang, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Shaw, that's it.
Nigga Shaw, man, you know what I'm saying? Realest nigga out here, man. Nigga turned up, feel me? Nigga turned the city up, fucking with his music. We out of public right now.
Where we at, though? Where we at?
Greenville, South Carolina, man.
Where we at?
Shout out Shaw, man. Turned up, man.
Damn right.
Fuck with it, man.
Give me that. Right.
Birds, you dig?
There go, brother.
Hey Shalom, this is the Wednesday night history class. Check out Commanding General Hannah's radio show, which is, bear with me 1 second, let me just adjust this. No, that's not the right one. This is it. Yeah, check out Commanding General Hannah's radio show. Also, any questions, put them in the chat. I got my brother Haban with me today.
That's right.
We're gonna go into biomimicry. So Haban, do you know what biomimicry is?
La.
No, but biomimicry is when people mimic nature. So bio means nature, and mimicry means to mimic it. So you'll find out that a lot of the white man's inventions copies from nature. It's white men that don't believe in God. It's funny how all of his inventions comes from God's creations.
That's right.
And you'll see that they look at nature to create 99% of the things that you see. 99% of the things that you see, they stole from nature. So I'm going to get my first slide. That's like if you could read that for me, Haban.
Khan. When you hear the word bionic, you must think of robotic body parts. But bionics, a combination of the word biology and electronics, means so much more than making robotic limbs. It is engineering inspired by biology or nature.
See, and it's inspired by biology or nature. So a lot of things you see is inspired by nature. So how do you think you can fly to other countries? That's inspired by nature.
That's right.
It's inspired by birds. How do you think you can go on a train? That's inspired by nature. How do you think you can go in a car? It's inspired by nature. How do you think they make cameras that can go underground and find out if there's anyone under there? That's inspired by nature. They look at nature, they look at spiders, because spiders can go through rubble. So they said, okay, we need to make a camera that operates like a spider. And then that's how they can see underground without them getting harmed. That's how they can see it. In order for them to go to deep into the ocean, what did they have to do? Make their camera the same as a whale. Listen, they copied nature so much that for swimming, they started giving people like a kind of a skin. And have you noticed when people wear the flippers, it's like a whale's, what's it called? A whale's fins. So that's why they wear flippers, which is like a whale's fins, because they studied it and said, yo, this helps you swim better. Earlier, they used to allow swimmers in swimming competitions to swim with those things, and then they was cutting down the time and winning races, and they said, no, we have to ban it, man. That's why when people go swimming, they wear the costumes. They made the costumes based off of how whales and those things skin is. That's why the costumes look like that. Why? Because it was helping people swim. It was helping people do what they wanted to do. All of these things is inspired by nature. Listen, even the shields is inspired by what? A tortoise's shaman. That's why they be having. That's why they even call it. I can't remember what they call it, but they'll have all their shells and they duck down into their shell like turtles and tortoises do.
I think the Romans called it turtle.
That's the one. Yeah. That's where they got it from, man. It's in how hard the turtle shell was, and that's why you got shields today. All of these things copy nature. That's lucky. Go ahead, come on.
Khan. Look into nature is useful. For example, if you need to build a robot that could move long distances across flat ground, you could study animals that can do that. Maybe kangaroos would work. They cover a lot of distance when they jump. To make a robot kangaroo, you'd need to understand how the kangaroos move, how they crouch and then push off with their two hind legs to jump.
See, so a lot of these robots that they're making, they make them based off nature. Listen, man, why do you think they're making all these robots that they're saying you can buy? These robots they're saying you can rent, you can buy. It's based off nature, man. They look at nature, how nature works, and say, if we make something like this, maybe we can get the results. For people that don't believe in God, they sure copy a lot of God's inventions. That's lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. Then you'd have to figure out how to copy that movement with gears, motors, metals, and plastics. That can be a challenge. But in 2014, engineers actually succeeded in creating a bionic robot that hops like a kangaroo.
See? And they created a bionic robot that hops like a kangaroo. Hold on, bear with me. Let me see if I can put it up on YouTube. Bear with me. Done what happened there? Oh, how come my screen's gone black? Oh, what happened there? Bear with me. Let me just. All right, bear with me. Let me just share it on the screen. So this is how one of them look like this. So now they looked at nature, they looked at how a kangaroo works, and then they created a bionic robot to mimic a kangaroo because they wanted some robots that can travel long distances. So what you need to understand is people give the white man all the credit in the world for creations. Give God that credit, man.
That's right.
Because before there was all of this stuff, the Lord made kangaroos, man. The Lord made all these animals, and now they've copied the Lord's creation and don't give the Lord credit. That's why when it was created, the Lord looked and said, "It's good." Meaning, it's to our job, man. Listen, man. Christ and the angels made them animals. Listen, man. The Lord looked and said, "Yo, it is good, man." Meaning, this is to our so good that the white man's trying to mimic it right now, man. 1,000 years later, imagine this with all the technology that they have. They still ain't got the technology that and the wisdom that the Lord gave the angels to create these things, man. In Christ. And then now they make it jump off its hind legs. That's how kangaroos jump. So look. Listen, man. So there's people that say, "Oh, the Bible's old, man. You should let that go." Listen, the white man don't let it go when he wants to make his creations, man. He looks at the Lord's creations and says, "Yeah, we need something like that, man." So okay, take me back to the slide, Bobby Shaw.
Khan of the one Khan. The borrowed movement of a real kangaroo is called biomimicry. Biomimicry.
So now it's called biomimicry, which means to mimic nature. Yeah, go ahead.
Or biomimetics, a word that means to imitate designs from biology.
See? And bio means nature, so they imitated designs. So whatever you see that they create, don't give them credit for it. Like, oh, the white man's so smart, he created the airplane. Nah, man. Before that, the Lord created the bird, and he looked at a bird and said, "Oh, how can we fly?" And the first planes to create, guess what they did? Even the landing, to make it like how a bird lands. Like while it is, the white man kidnaps animals and studies them. Same like how he studies us. He'll take these animals and study them. He will study how eagles swoop down into the water. And then guess what he does? He makes the train's beak. No, he makes the train's front look like an eagle's beak. Because he knows that stops the sonic boom when you come out of a tunnel. Because before that, all the wind would push back against the train. And that sonic boom, they said, how do we stop that? What did they go to? Nature and looked at an eagle, man. That's lucky word.
Khan of the one Khan. Biomimicry isn't limited to robots. Many different areas of study use bionics, architecture, transportation, energy, medicine, farming, and even communication. Because nature has already solved some challenges humans face.
Okay, I googled it as well and seeing how the plane was mimicked from the bird's feathers, strength, the formation. So the landing, so the retractable wheels on a modern jet were inspired by how eagles top their legs when landing.
See?
He goes wing morphing. Experimental design look at how birds flex and bend individual feathers to change shape during flight. So the bone strength, internal aircraft frames use hollow, strong patterns found in bird bones and human skeletons to cut weight. And it goes the sharklets, upward curving wingtip extensions mimic a shark's dorsal fin to drag and save fuel.
See? So I'm saying, man, the copy nature, even when you see a group of birds flying in the all flying formation to save energy. So the one at the front, the ones at the back would rest, and then the ones at the back would take the front and would fly in formation. About 8 birds would fly in formation to reserve energy. They even do that with their planes now. They do that with their smaller helicopters. When you see them all flying together, that's where they get it from. They would look at the birds doing that and be like, why are these birds doing this? And that's why they would do it. So everything you see in nature, they end up doing it. Yes, Lucky, go ahead, Mabon.
Khan the one Khan. It's the perfect place to find ways to help. Think of the possibilities. You could build a tsunami early warning system based on the way the dolphins communicate with one another.
Now they know. How do you think they know tsunamis are coming? Because they created something. Because dolphins would know. Dolphins and these animals know certain things, as in by the waves and whatnot. They said, all right, then we need to create something so we can get the signals that a dolphin would get, and that's how they know tsunamis is coming. That's how they can say to you, hey, it might be time to evacuate. Go ahead.
Khan the one Khan. You could climb really fast and really high by mimicking the gecko, or quickly repair broken bones by copying the glue from the sandcastle worm.
See, and they're copying the gecko and whatnot. Like they even learned about Velcro from nature, man, because there's a plant where it sticks to the dogs. I think every time it's that season, the I can't remember what it's called, but it will stick to the dogs, and the dogs would travel, and then it will go somewhere else and fertilize the other plants. And then they was like, hold on, that sticks nicely. How do we do this? And that's how they came up with Velcro, based off that, man. They came up with Velcro based off that. There's geckos, I believe they're the ones that can climb and their palms sticks to windows and so forth. That's how they came up with those things, those people that climb on windows with their suction hook. Yeah. That's how they came up with those also, man. All of that comes from nature. All of it. They studied insects so much. So okay, go ahead, one.
Khan the one Khan. It's innovation in action. Sounds intriguing. If so, get ready to meet some awesome bionic creations inspired by amazing animals.
There you go. You're going to see more creations inspired. So we're going to go over some creations inspired by amazing animals. Go ahead. Toss, Lucky. Let's let me get the next slide. Okay.
Khan the one Khan. Design dilemma. After a building collapses, it is very important that the rescuers get to anyone.
So now they use insects to save lives. Because why? Ants and stuff go through little gaps. So they said, yo, we need to create a robot which is like an ant. And how did they create this robot there to study ant legs? Because sometimes with ants, if they lose a leg, they can use the other legs. They created the robot the same way. All right, we need a robot where if one gets legs get damaged, we can use the other legs. How do you think they came up with this? Did they come up with this on their own? You're thinking, yeah, white people are so great. They created these robots. Nah. Give the Lord the credit, man.
That's right.
The Lord created these years ago, before technology, man. Which shows you how great the Lord's technology is. So every time a white man tells you you don't believe in God, you ask him, all right, well, do you believe in, biomimicry and all of those things? And if he says yes, ask, well, where did they get those ideas from? Where did man get those ideas from? And then you would have to go back to nature. And it's like, go ahead, Haban.
Khan the one Khan. To get to anyone who might be trapped inside fast. The problem is, how do you search and rescue teams How do search and rescue teams know where to look for survivors?
See, it says how do search and rescue teams know where to look for survivors? Because if there's a ton of rubble, you wouldn't know if someone's under this part of the rubble or that part of the rubble. So guess what they do? Create a robot that works like a spider, and with a camera on it that helps them get through the rubble. Listen, man, the Lord is smarter than any white man. So like, go ahead.
Can't. Some buildings are huge. People or animals could be trapped anywhere inside. If the rescue team had something that could crawl through the debris to give them a good look inside, that would certainly help. Damaged buildings can also be dangerous places. Crumbling walls, smoke, and dust could injure rescue.
If you've ever been in an earthquake or no family that have, and they've been safe through the rubble, you should thank the Lord, man. Even without the creation, you should thank the Lord, man, because they use these creations to find people that's under the rubble, find people that's alive. I'm sure Japan had an earthquake today, right? Today, I'm sure Japan had an earthquake. Let me check. Someone had an earthquake today. I caught a glimpse of it on the news. Someone had an earthquake. Let me see who. Let me see if it was Japan. They had something.
I think so, yes. 6.8.
Japan had an earthquake today. Yeah, man. Japan had an earthquake, man. Listen, man. What do I care? Is it my business? No, it's not. Whether or no or not Aban, is it my business? It's not my business. Is it? The amount of Japanese people that don't like black people. My Japanese people that don't like black people and kick them out their stores and listen. I'm grouping them all together. I'm grouping the Japanese and the Chinese all together. The amount of Chinese stores that don't like black people. Listen, man, this is something you have to deal with. When we had the Hurricane Katrina and the other hurricane in the Caribbean, I didn't hear Japanese people say a word. You know what else I saw on the news today as well? The Jamaicans were saying, yo, these beaches is our birthright. Did you see it? The Jamaicans was on the news today saying these beaches is our birthright. And now 99% of the beaches is owned by the hotels and only 1% is public. And that was on the news today. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm going slightly off topic. Let me see if I can find it. Get me. I seen a Rasta man on there, and I said, yep, you ain't getting the beaches back. I said, yep. I said, yep, you being on there, you definitely not getting the beaches back. Hold on, here it is. I'm going to try to play a bit of it. Man, you're not putting the smartest black person on there. You're not putting a good representative of us on there. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me play. Hold on. This was today. This was right as I was about to leave out for class. Hold on, bear with. Let me.
I need my beach can bar the people's homes right. This is our birthright.
For generations, Jamaicans have walked these shores freely. But today, access is increasingly restricted. Just 1% of beach space is free and accessible for those to use.
Accessing the hotel. Imagine it said only 1% of the beaches is free. Like that grandma, like grandma said, this is our birthright. Listen, grandma, if you think that's our birthright, we got more than beaches, man.
That's right.
Listen, we got a whole land and covenant, which was our birthright, man. That's what we have. These men don't even give us the beaches. Oh, imagine this. They've sucked everything out of Jamaica, and now you have to pay to go to the beach, man. Imagine that, man. Because all the Chinese, listen, Japan needs another earthquake, you know. I'm telling you, send another one, man.
So is Jamaica for Jamaicans or is Jamaica for the Canadians and the Americans and the Europeans? Who is Jamaica for?
Fences all the way from the land, all the way into the water.
From walls in the ocean to legal loopholes, Jamaica's battle for beach access has become a fight between local communities and powerful interests over who gets to enjoy the island's coastline.
And these hotel companies, is hotel owners in the Caribbean. I believe a lot of the East Indians and Chinese own the hotels. So now they're making all the money off the beaches. So apparently if you want to go to the beach, you have to book into that hotel. So it's like going to a spa. You have to book into that spa to get access to the pool. These beaches are meant to be free. They've changed it to where now you need to book in to get access.
A group of friends tried to access the Blue Lagoon very early in the morning, and they were greeted by police with guns.
And after recent hurricanes reshaped parts of Jamaica's coastline, campaigners say pressure on coastal communities is only growing.
You can't say you're a fisherman if you don't have a beach.
The beaches aren't just recreation, they are identity, history, and livelihood.
The government decides who gets to the beach, and the government doesn't look after the people properly. It looks after big business, overseas hotel owners, and private individuals.
Listen, a white man told the truth for the first time. He said, yo, they ain't looking after the people, they're looking after the people that own the hotels. You know why they're looking after them? Because they're not black. That's why they're looking after the people that ain't black.
We head to beaches across the island to hear different perspectives.
This conversation about free beaches, I think it's kind of old.
So the people know how to rise up and defend what is their own.
And talk to the people using their platform to make a difference.
It's very simple. It's just like Daddy's song. it's like one love, one beach.
This is Jamaica's fight to reclaim its beaches. We've been investigating beach access in Jamaica for around a year. Long before recent hurricanes brought fresh attention to the coastline, campaigners were warning that public beaches were disappearing. And one place kept on coming up in conversation: Bob Marley Beach. Bob Marley Beach sits in Bull Bay on Jamaica's southeast coast. For generations, local families have gathered here. Fishermen launch their boats from the shore, surfers ride some of the island's best waves, and members of the Rastafarian community have long considered it part of their home.
I'm born and grow here, you know, from a little child. Other parents and me there, grandparents and my parents. But what I go on here now is that the government, them have an interest in the place. Bob usually day here, run up and down, kick ball.
The beach takes its name from reggae legend Bob Marley, who called this his favourite stretch of coastline. Today, it's become the focus of a dispute between campaigners, local residents, and developers. A hotel group is lobbying the government to build a luxury resort here.
Now, that was their beach. Now, guess what they're telling the government to do? Build a luxury resort there. So now, Haban, if they build a luxury resort there, what happens to that beach?
That beach becomes luxury resort property.
There you go. Meaning, when you want to go Bob Marley Beach or whatever they want to call it, you can't even go there now because it's going to be part of the resort. So that's what they're campaigning against.
Take away the local poor man now. I don't know that. So, me beg to the Prime Minister or any minister for that. So the people know how to rise up and defend what is their own.
For many people, the concern isn't simply about losing a beach. It's about losing a place that's woven into the history of the community.
I was a beach baby. Like, I was a seawater baby. And literally, like, my mom makes jokes that I was baptized in the sea. Not having that accessible to people, that's hard. That's worrisome.
What they need to do is give white people a beach and give black people our beach, man. Our beach would be way better than jet, chicken on deck. Ours would have vibes, the whole lot, man. I think we just need to give us our own beach.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
As we travelled across Jamaica, it became clear that this wasn't just a story about one beach. Again and again, we heard concerns about access to the coastline. And nowhere was that expressed more clearly than by one woman we met while filming.
So you came here, you wanted to talk about the beach space.
I need my beach. Without my beach, I cannot walk. This is what helped me to walk on my legs. Where I come here for my exercises.
And what would it mean to you if this beach was taken away?
Well, I would go a cripple and just sit down at home and vegetate. I don't want to vegetate.
Listen, Jamaicans so old school, you know, that you can't use the word cripple nowadays. Jamaicans are old school, you know. They be using the word cripple. Listen, that's or handicap. Them words now. Yo, my grandma used to see people happen, and she used to say, "Yeah, that one there is a handicap." I'm saying, "Yo, you see if you use them terms now, you're wrong."
Agitators home.
Yeah. And do you feel like this is a threat to you?
It is a threat to us if they take away the beach. I come here twice a week to get some exercise in my leg. I'm a survivor, cancer survivor, and I need the exercise for me to,
Yeah, exactly. And why do you not go to that beach over there?
That beach over there? Isn't it because they're coordinating off and they don't want us commoners to come over there? Isn't that so?
Well,
we have to pay.
Yeah.
Why would I have to pay for free water here? I wouldn't want to pay for free water. They don't own nothing, This is God's creation.
The beach he's talking about isn't Bob Marley Beach.
Grandma's right, Grandma's right. Grandma said, "Yo, this is God's creation. Why should I have to pay?" And they're charging for the water, man. Let me quickly play some more there. And I'm gonna drop it in about a minute.
Portosico is more than an hour away. When we started looking into Portosico and other beaches around the island, we wanted to understand whether they...
See, this is what I'm saying. Women can just modest and still be beautiful, man. Women can just modest. You see that, Haban? Women can just modest and still be beautiful. You got these women out here naked and still don't even look good. Whereas her here, this is, decent dress code.
These were isolated disputes or part of a wider trend. Campaigners told us the problem stretches across the entire coastline. According to...
Get me, Haban, I'm going to email her and ask her about the beaches. What's the outcome? Email her, ask her about the beaches and see what I can do to help. I'm going to see what I can do to help to get us all back on the beach.
Campaigners, only a small percentage of Jamaica's coastline remains freely accessible to the public. Many beaches are attached to hotels, private developments, or attachments that charge entry fees. And while the law says people should be able to access the foreshore, campaigners claim reality on the ground often looks different.
This morning.
5 policemen and one with a big old rifle.
What did they say?
They said we cannot come and swim here.
We, the people, only have access to 2.8 miles, right, of the coastline, is beaches that are accessible to the public. So that is a mere 0.06%, right, of public beaches that are accessible. Countries like, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, we see all these St. Kitts, Grenada, that their people can access their beaches freely. It really paints the picture of, landlessness.
So how did Jamaica get here? To understand that, we head to Montego Bay, the heart of the country's tourism industry. Tourism is one of Jamaica's biggest industries. Every year, millions of visitors come to the island's beaches, generating billions of dollars for the economy. But roughly 1/3 to 1/2 of tourism spending is often estimated to leave the island. And campaigners say development has come at a cost.
So you're from the local area?
Yes, I'm actually from the White House community down the road from here.
What is going on with this beach?
Sanders want us to take it over. And we're trying our very best to keep it for the 3 communities around here to have access to use it.
This beach has become the focus of a campaign against plans by Sandals Resorts to build luxury overwater bungalows nearby. Residents say they're fighting to protect one of its last public beaches in the area.
The fight is going.
It's like you said, I can't hear you, you're muted. There's no sound.
Three, 1, 2, 3.
Can't I can hear you now. Now the sound's gone again.
To start things off, we're going to go Mercedes-Benz.
Haban, can you hear me?
Canada one concert, I can hear you now.
Oh, most of Christ. So now with all those beaches now, that's the last one of the last public beaches, and they're trying to get rid of it. So that's how you know the oppressor is the devil, man. Imagine you can't leave them with one beach, and imagine this: all those beaches really should belong to black people, and they're so kind that they let you take 99 of them and leave 1%, and they still didn't complain. They didn't complain, and what did you devils do? Want to take the last ones, and this is why Jesus Christ has to return, man, and put you in chains because you're just so greedy. You're just so greedy. People that want peace and say, all right, you got 99 beaches, we'll just have the free one, the small one, the most rubbish one, we'll just have it. And you want to take that too and build bungalows. I pray the Lord burns down those bungalows, man. That's right. I pray the man, listen, I hope you use heathens to put up them bungalows, and I hope they all come down, man. Hope them heathens and them bungalows come down, man. You're trying to take. Even grandma said, yo, water's free, man. She needs the beach for her legs. And you're gonna take that from grandma. Listen, grandma, the white man's the devil, the Bible speaks of, man. I'm trying to tell you. Slucky, go ahead, about let me go back to these slides. Slucky, go ahead.
Crumbling walls, smoke, and dust could injure rescuers, requiring them to be rescued themselves. A robot could help, maybe would even assist rescuers in finding a safe path through the building that wouldn't cause another cave-in. What kind of robot could help in dangerous, high-stakes situation? Thanks to spiders, engineers had a solution. The big challenge for engineers when designing a robot for the task was to create one that was small, flexible, and could move around.
So now they're creating a robot which is like based off an ant. Listen, man. When the Lord comes for these oppressors about you taking the beaches away, the Lord ain't gonna create. Listen, the Lord sending angels, man. Christ and them angels have to come, and we're gonna see who can tell us we can't go to the beach no more. But you got man there with the rifles. Imagine you got a man there with a rifle because someone wants to go for a swim. The oppressor is the devil, man. You got a man there with a rifle because people want to swim in a beach that used to be free. And this is what happened. This is the problem. You heathens charge for everything. The beach ain't there because of you, It's free. It's just, water. Water, you know what? All them beaches should dry up just to see what you heathens do, man. Should dry up. We can't have it. No one should have it then. We're going to have to be like a spoiled kid, Haban. If I can't have it, no one can have it. One time I remember, me and my little brother was fighting over a toy. My dad just cut the toy in half. He cut the toy in half and said, damn, maybe if we didn't fight, we could have took it in turns. Now both of us got no toy. We're going to have to do that with you. You're oppressors, man. You don't want to share the beach? None of us have no beach, man. Don't worry. When them nuclears hit, apparently it's going to dry up waters in a lot of places anyway. Apparently a lot of water's just going to disappear in front of your eyes in a lot of places, you devils are gonna cry. And guess what? We got nothing to cry about because we're gonna say, you know, we never used that beach anyway. The devils are gonna cry and say, no, the beach is gone. So Lucky, go ahead.
Khan one Khan. The robot would also need to be able to move around on its own. In addition, it would need to run on a battery instead of being plugged into an outlet. The engineers thought a spider would be a great animal model.
See? And now they looked at a spider of how it moves. They even looked at its movement, how it goes, how it can go from left to right, straight, how the legs move. Created the spider to do the exact same thing. Go ahead.
Khan. It's not easy to build a robot spider with lots of moving parts. After all, a spider has 8 legs, each of which can rotate, flex, and extend on its own. Each leg is made up of 7 different segments connected by tiny joints.
See, so now they looked at a spider's legs. I said, all right, well, the spider moves like this. So imagine they picked apart a spider, took away one leg to see what it would do, next one see what it would do, and they worked out, all right, so if we're going to make what we're making, if we make it like the spider, we might be successful. Go ahead.
Khan. For a spider to move, it needs to pump blood-like fluid through its joints. This allows the spider to move different parts of each leg as it walks. In addition to moving its joints, a spider keeps 4 legs on the ground at a time. As it walks, 2 legs pull forward while the 2 others push from the back. The 4 that are not on the ground rotate and get ready to take the next step. The spider repeats this pattern over and over as it scuttles across the ground. To make the robot spider walk, engineers need to create thousands of lines of computer code with directions telling the robot how to work its legs. This included building up pressure in its legs and instructing the artificial hinges to open and close like joints. This process.
So now they made this robot the same as how, you know, a spider moves, down to the legs, down to building up pressure in its joints. So don't think they've got great creations and, oh, look how great they are, they're creating these robots. Look, man, it was nature before they even thought of it, man. It was normal before they even thought of it. The Lord had these creations before they even thought of it. What they're doing ain't nothing special. They're trying to copy the Lord's creations and they're just not good at it. They're doing okay, but they're just not good at it. Always give the Lord the credit. Every time you see a robot and start getting scared, oh, I robot, this and that, a lot of the time they're just copying the Lord's creations, man. It's lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. This process made the legs extend like a real spider's. The robot spider is larger than a real spider because it values compressors and control units all must be contained inside its body. Even so, these leggy machines will be very useful at disaster sites.
See, so they made these for disaster sites. So you have, like, you know, collapsed building. Can you imagine Japan's probably going to be using a couple of these? The Japanese going to be using a couple of these in about 5 minutes. Probably using them right now. Ask Japan if these things work. They'll tell you, Japan will tell you this is a good creation. That obviously, as for me, I wouldn't know. The Japanese know. The Japanese know this is a good. There's a man under the rubber right there that can see one of these right now. Haban. What I'm reading about right now. If a Japanese man could open his eyes wide enough, he might be able to see one of these right now. Listen, I'm not concerned with the Japanese. This is what I'm concerned about. Grandma not being able to go to the beach, man. Right. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about grandma saying she said she's a cancer survivor and she comes to the beach twice a week. And these lot are trying to say she can't go there and they're pulling out rifles. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about a Japanese man under some rubble. That's not my top priority right now. The beach is more important. So go ahead, Oban.
Isn't that waterproof also? Is biomimicry?
Yeah.
There's a whole 50 things. Wind turbine, the needle as well. You got it from the mosquito.
Yeah, all of that. Even how bats move. Have you ever been to a hospital where they transport the medication? Then again, they probably don't do it in our hospitals, but in private hospitals, they transport the medication on like a flying bat. You've probably seen it on TV. Yeah, isn't it? Oh, let me see if I can find it. You must have seen it. You must have seen it, man.
With the keys at the back.
Yeah.
This is my life. That's the new shit.
Yeah. You know what? They got them some places, you know. So it looks like this. Indications on it. See, so to get through the air quickly in hospitals, you see, instead of them walking on all the wards, you just fly the backs there. These ones. I section and all the drones. I'm telling you, man. All of this biomimicry, the copying the Lord's creations. It's like you go ahead, Obon.
Can't. Robot spiders are equipped with a camera and sensors. These are designed to send back information such as location warnings about possible dangers.
Hold on, let me skip this slide because everyone gets the point. All right, we'll get to this one.
Khan. What do you do when you create a train that moves so fast it creates a huge boom? Ask the team of engineers in Japan, led by...
Ask the team of engineers in Japan. We probably can't ask them. We probably can't ask them because maybe if I'd done this class last week, maybe we could have asked them, but you know, what's going on over there now, we can't ask them, but Lucky, go ahead.
Khan, led by Iji Nakatsu. The bullet trains in Japan carrying more than 420,000 passengers a weekday, whisking people more than 310 miles, 500 kilometers, in less than 2.5 hours. That's way more than twice as fast as a car that drives on the highway. The train saved a lot of times, but the big boom was a bummer. It turns out that
the big boom is that sonic boom. I don't know if you've ever heard, like it's loud. So when they come out of the tunnel, it's like the wind is pushing against the train, so it makes a ton of noise. That's how you get the sonic boom. It's like, you go ahead.
Khan. It turns out that the trains moved so fast through the tunnels that a pocket of air would build up around the nose or front of the train.
See, so a pocket of air would build up, and then that's how you get the sonic boom. Go ahead.
Khan. When a train burst out of the tunnel, the air pocket collapsed all at once, making the gigantic booming sound. Loud noise disturbed people and animals living nearby.
So now they had to stop these trains because it was disturbing animals and people living nearby. Go ahead. It's that loud. Go ahead.
Khan. The train engineers were stumped as how to solve this problem until they studied the narrow needle-like beak of the kingfisher.
See, so now they studied a bird. They was like, how are we going to fix this sonic boom? Then they studied how a kingfisher swoops into the water without making a sound. I said, yo, maybe look at their beak. And that's why the front of, have you ever seen the front of a train, how it's shaped like a beak? So if you look at the front of a train, it's shaped like a beak. That's the reason why the train is shaped like a beak. Go ahead.
Khan. With its pointed beak, the kingfisher easily...
That's why they gave the train a pointed beak, because they copied the kingfisher. Go ahead.
Khan. The kingfisher easily plunges into the water without creating much of a ripple almost. Like a needle and thread poking through cloth, engineers thought that the bird's pointed beak might be an ideal model for a train.
That's how you got the beak on the trains. Because before that, there was a sonic boom. So they looked at the kingfisher, how it swoops into the water and picks up its prey without you even knowing that it's in the water with you. It just goes straight in nose of. There's a hold on. Let's try to create a train which has a beak of the kingfisher, and let's see if we still get the sonic boom. So that's what they did. Go ahead.
Khan. When Nakatsu and his team studied the nose of the bullet train, they discovered that a train with a nose that was more streamlined, however, allowed air to flow around, pushing back of the air against the train. The air pocket did not form. The team tested different nose shapes against air pressure in a scale model tunnel, and the nose modeled after the Kingfisher worked the best. Then they tried the new nose on a train. It worked. Soon
Exactly. Tried it on a train and it worked. Went to God's creations again. That's what they did, man. They went to God's creations again and it worked. Go ahead.
Khan. Soon all of the Shinkansen's trains were sporting a needle nose.
If you look at back in the days, old Japanese trains, they would all have the needle nose. Why? Because of God's creations. And imagine this: these heathens are using God's creations to get by when the Lord gave us his wisdom, man. All these things coming from us. It wouldn't surprise me if a black man engineered a lot of these things secretly anyway, and they just put their name on it. Wouldn't surprise me to do that with a lot of things. Black man engineers loads of things and his name just ain't put on it. Like they won't tell you things like Mount Everest, won't tell you that East Indian came up with the calculations and he measured it, and then a white man took the credit and named it after himself. I think his name Thomas Everest or whatever the hell his name was, Sutton Everest. But they won't tell you that East Indian that counted it and worked it all out. How's the Martin and whatnot. Slucky, go ahead.
The booming was eliminated, and people and animals living near the tunnels were no longer bothered by the excessive noise.
There you go. God's creation solved another problem.
That's right.
Let me get the next slide. Yes, Lucky, go ahead.
Khan. Robots break. After all, they have hundreds, even thousands of tiny parts. It's a big problem if robotics break when they are far from.
So now they looked at a sea star and it can lose a leg and it can continue. And there was we need to make our robots like that if something breaks on it, it can continue. So they looked at that, and that's why some robots can continue if they're broken or damaged, because they looked at creation and worked out, all right then, because it's shaped like this, it's got the ability to do this. Let's make whatever shape like that and see if you get me, we can still get it to work. So Lucky, go ahead.
Khan, like deep underwater or in space. How do you fix a robot that needs to move around when you can't get to it? Years of hard work and a lot of money could be.
So now they're saying if we have a robot underwater and it gets damaged, we can't get to it. So they looked at the sea star and wondered, how does it move around in the water if one of its arms is gone? So they said, hold on, if we make our robot the same, when our robot's damaged in water, it might be able to keep moving if we make it like the sea star. So okay, go ahead.
Khan. Lots of money could be lost if researchers can't retrieve that broken bot. Never fear, said the researchers at Cornell University in New York State, USA. They designed a walking robot that can adapt to losing a limb.
So now they designed a walking robot that can adapt to losing a limb. Go ahead.
That's the end of that.
That's the end of that. Let me go to the next slide. That's Lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. Scientists have developed a four-legged robot called a starfish that is programmed differently from many other robots. It is not given exact instructions. Instead, it can discover its own abilities. The starfish robot has a unique way of thinking. Engineers created the robot so that it recognizes the location of its legs and then programmed it to move forward, but the robot is not told how to use its legs for walking. It must figure that out for itself.
See, so they've created a robot. So to get a lot of these robots, this is what you do. They give it like a brain. So if you know anything about computers, they give them like a chip or a brain, or they put code in them. So there's a man that will put all the codes in there. It's like a car to get a car computer to work. You put all the codes in there, and that's how it knows to do certain things. So that's why when you watch a lot of these movies like Megan, the girl's got a code, and when it malfunctions, she decides she wants to kill you, and all those kind of things. So they'll be putting all these codes in the machine to get it to work. A lot of things that you use has codes input in there. So on the back end, they have a database where they have software, and they put code in the software. And in that software, they program this robot go left. Like even the control pad is programmed. That's like when you go left, it goes left. When you go right, it goes right. So it's programmed like if pressed, do this. If that's pressed, do that. That's kind of how the program is computer language. So a lot of these things is written in computer language. So that's how they get a lot of these things to work. It sounds like it's deep, but it's not really that deep. Once you understand it, you realize you can code a lot of things. So Lucky, go ahead.
Canada on Khan, how does it do that the way any human baby would? By falling and getting back up and trying again. Through this process.
So robot to use its brain, like if something stops working, fix yourself and try find another way. Try and find another way. And that's why now we're getting so much robot movies, because a lot of these things, they're working on these in the lab. They're working on all these robots, and these robots, some of them malfunction and some of them work and some of them don't. So a lot of it really is trial and error. But yeah, they're trying all of these robot things. So they look at nature. I think, how can we make something like this? But so Lucky, I'm going to skip this slide for time's sake. Everybody gets the point. All right, let me get this on, Habon.
Khan, since the dawn of civilization, humans have been searching for ways to arm and protect themselves.
See? So now, men was finding how to protect themselves, and they looked at the turtle and the tortoise. I said, well, they protect themselves. Maybe we need a shell like theirs and we can protect ourselves. Go ahead.
Khan. Roman soldiers wore heavy body armor for protection. They also carried shields that weighed as much as 22 pounds. Although both of these were extremely heavy to carry around. Soldiers needed to be able to move quickly in battle, and they couldn't do that with bulky, heavy armor.
See, so now they had heavy armor, and moving around with the heavy armor was difficult. Imagine you carrying like 22 pounds. 22 pounds is like what? About 12, 15 kg. Imagine you carrying that around with you. That gets heavy after a while, man. So yeah, they needed some shit. How are we going to get lightweight armor? How are we going to do this? How are we going to protect ourselves? Go ahead.
Khan. Throughout history, armor began to get somewhat lighter, but the problem was that lighter materials don't always protect the soldier as well.
There you go. So lightweight materials don't always protect the soldier. So you'll get lightweight materials, but then an arrow will go right through that, man. Right. Be able to go right through that in them lightweight materials. So there was like, we need lightweight material, but we also need something that's going to protect us. That's Lucky. Go ahead.
Khan. And it wasn't flexible. Something that is also important for easy movement. The other option for soldiers today is to use hard armor. The hard armor relies on rigid core made from ceramic and clay, hardened by heat. The modern armor is still heavy to wear. It can slow down soldiers and can make bending and walking difficult. So how can modern soldiers stay safe and move around freely? With the development of technologically advanced weapons, humans need new ways to keep safe. Engineers were called in to help solve this problem.
So now they're to help solve this problem because they needed new armor. Go ahead.
Khan. They turned to bionics, which animals would be the best to help with this problem? A turtle, of course.
See? So now they turned to bionics. I said, all right, then. We need armor and something that we can move around in. And what did they turn around to? Turtles. Why? Because turtles got a hard shell. Listen, if you ever come across a turtle, the turtle will tuck itself in its body, man. Turtle will tuck itself in its body and all of those things. They're like, yo, we need something like that for humans. Go ahead.
Khan. A turtle is a great model for protection. Turtle shells are like a single reinforced piece of armor. The inside of a shell is made up of approximately 50 different bones that are a part of the turtle's spine and rib cage.
So most people don't know, that the turtle shell is basically it's his spine, it's his nervous system, it's all of that. People think with a turtle you can take the shell off. No. It's everything is attached to that shell. People think with a turtle, because in cartoons, you see the turtle come out the shell in cartoons. That's not real life. The shell is a part of the turtle. So like, go ahead.
Another one can't. All of this structural support makes the shell very strong. When the shell is hit with something hard, the force spreads out along the spine
See?
and is absorbed.
Now they worked out with a turtle. If you hit a turtle, the force is spread out. So now, if the force is spread out, it's like it don't hit you directly, spread out all over the shell, which is better. Whereas if something hits you directly and the force ain't spread out, it's gonna be a long day for you. So lucky, go ahead.
The turtle inside feels almost nothing because its shell doesn't even dent. Sounds like an excellent model for human body armor. People can't attach shells to their spines, but they can wear armor over their bodies that works like a turtle's shell.
See? So now armor, copy the turtle shell to get armor. So all your armor, where that comes from, all these people fighting in wars, and you thinking, yeah, they're so great and they know what they're doing, they copied turtles to work out their armament. Go ahead.
Another one can't. Thanks to the work of engineers, today military and law enforcement individuals.
Engineers, no, they should thank the Lord, man.
That's right.
Imagine if, thanks to the work of engineers, if it weren't for the Lord creating a turtle, you'd be fighting in wars with no armor. You only have armor because of you copied the Lord's creations. The white man's a copycat. That's what he is. It's like, you go ahead.
Another one can't. And law enforcement individuals use full body armor with reinforced fabrics that act like a turtle's spine and rib cage. The special fabrics help to deflect the bullet and keep sharp objects from penetrating the armor.
See? Listen, man. The reason why you can walk around with your bulletproof vest and all of those things is because they studied the Lord's creation, man. You believe in the Lord without knowing you believe in. Some people believe in the Lord without knowing they believe in the Lord, man. Go ahead.
Another one can't. Carbon fiber is a flexible, lightweight, and very strong material that makes the armor perfect for protecting humans.
There you go.
No shell or hard armor needed. That's the end of that one.
So let me get this one.
Can't. How do you keep something from being damaged when it's involved in a
the Lord's creation? Why? Because a woodpecker would peck at a tree and there's like, yo, how's it not injure its head? So they made the helmet and the shock absorbers based off a woodpecker. Go ahead.
Another one can't. Finding that answer could make all kind of things safer. Think of a football helmet. When a football player tackles another, they smack into each other hard. The impact can cause the athlete to get concussion. The same problem exists with black boxes in airplanes. A black box records the plane position in the air and communication between pilots and the airport. In a crash, the black box helps investigators to get information about what happened. But
and now the black box in the airplane got from the Lord's creations also how to keep it safe. Go ahead.
One can't. But if a black box falls thousands of feet and smashes into the ground, it could be useless. Developing a way to reduce damage to black boxes after a collision would be a huge accomplishment. Where do engineers start? By observing the woodpecker.
So now let's start by observing the woodpecker. So we're gonna go to the woodpecker. So like, go ahead. Listen, say a woodpecker strikes a tree about 22 times a second, man. So now they made helmets based off the woodpecker. Like, yo, how's it doing that and not getting a concussion? Go ahead.
Another one can't. Hearing that hammering coming from a nearby tree, that's the sound of natural engineering in action. A woodpecker can pound its pointy beak into the bark of a tree between 18 and 22 times a second. Inside the tree, wait, the bird looking for the delicious grubs inside the tree, but engineers wanted to know how the woodpecker absorbs all that force without getting a massive headache.
See, and they want to know, how does a woodpecker observe all that force without getting a headache? So then they created a black box like the woodpeckers had, helmets, all of those things. So when you're wearing a helmet on your motorbike or whatever you ride, then thank them copying nature. It's like, go ahead.
Another one can. They learn that the bird's head and beak are designed to absorb the force of hitting them against the tree, unlike humans, who have very hard bones. A woodpecker's skull's bones are spongy. That makes the pecker's skull that makes the that makes them flexible, and a woodpecker has a special feature called a hyoid layer that reduce vibrations. The hyoid rubber spreading out the force of the rat-a-tat impact instead of focusing it all in one place. To solve the problem of protection an aeroplane's black box, engineers created a steel case. This case is made of material similar to that of a woodpecker's strong beak.
See? So now they made the black box in a plane out of similar materials to a woodpecker's beak. Stealing creation again. Hold on, let me see. Let me skip to the next one. What's the next one, Habon?
Can't. Olympic swimmers may be awesome, but they are slowpokes compared to most animals that live in water. Human bodies are not streamlined to glide through water like dolphins or fish. Plus, humans can only hold their breath underwater for about a minute at a time.
Listen, you know, for years the white man's been trying to find out how he can fly without a plane. To look at the birds. Trust me, soon they're probably gonna develop some wings that probably can fly you. They ain't got there yet, but they're trying to work it out. How can you fly like a bird? Listen, there was a man. One time he put wings on and he jumped off I think he jumped off something and killed himself. He created some wings. He thought he could fly. He jumped off and killed himself. I think that's before they had planes. He tried flap in the air like a bird. It just didn't work.
Right.
Like sometimes as humans, you have to realize, look, the Lord created me to be this. I can't be that. Listen, you got men trying to be women, man, and nothing surprises me no more. You got men trying to be women. Listen, nothing is. A man trying to be a bird is yeah. A man's gonna try to be everything except what he's supposed to be. That's lucky. Go ahead.
We tend to turn to boats and scuba gear to move faster, especially in a search rescue mission at sea. But the problem with the search rescue boats is that they require regular refueling, limiting how far they can travel. Rescue missions can also be dangerous for scuba divers if they don't know where to look or what obstacles are in the way. What if humans took inspiration from the manta ray? If humans could figure out how to create robots that could swim like these aquatic superheroes.
See, so now they're trying to develop things that could swim like the manta ray. So they take these things. They take these things. Is that nigga looking through the window? Yeah, they take these things and then that's what they do. I don't know. They take. But I hope I don't. Open the door. Get me niggas looking through the door. Just come on in, man. You can come to class. Saki, go ahead, Haban.
Can't. Rescuers could save more lives. For more than 30 years, scientists have been studying the unique way manta rays glide through water. Rays swim about 9 miles an hour, 15 kilometers per hour, nearly twice the speed of an Olympic swimmer, and can sprint up to 22 miles an hour for a short period of time. Creating robotic wings that move up and down as smoothly as a mantra's raised wings is complicated.
Let me see if there's any more before we roll out. Yeah, this one's about just planes and birds.
There's like night vision as well from the cat.
Yeah, cat's eyes. That's where you get the things that you follow on the motorway. I'll be honest with you, without those, I wouldn't be able to see nothing in the nighttime. So yeah, they call it cat's eyes to this day. To this day, it's called cat's eyes. That's why they call those lights on the motorway cat's eyes, because someone was driving, nearly killed himself, and then a cat crossed the road. A black cat crossed the road, and it's in the reflection of his lights in the cat's eyes, and then that's how you get the name cat's eyes. But yep, that's the class Salakia Ban, you can call it.
Khan, man of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai B'Katan. Yadyamatah, Saw, which means to turn. Man of Israel, I'm Madiam Shabbat. I'm Madiam Barak. Yahweh Shema Yadyamatah. Dismissed.
All right, Father, again, that's going to be here tomorrow. Scripture breakdown. All right, Shalom Israel.